Hello people that the house are doing today. Today I just want to talk about technology. So as we think of technology, we think of smartphones, we think of computers, we think of games. But that's not the case. Technology, as we all know, has come so far in the last 30 years, in the last 10 years, in the last 5 years. And it can be used in good ways and it can be used in bad ways. As Eamon De Valera, a former Irish president, described it back when radio television airing was starting up in 1963, and his first address to the nation on radio television airing, which was the television station, he said, "I almost feel afraid of radio and television because they can be used in good ways or bad ways." And I reference this like atomic energy. It can start a huge bang which cannot be put out. And that alone is a huge statement to make. Because we all think of technology now as a good thing. We can connect with people across the globe and we can find out what's happening in a minute. If we look up our phones, what's happening in the next town beside us. Years ago, they used to have to send telegrams, so people have to pass it on. But now we have instant contact with people from other countries and other cities and towns of which we live beside. And what I'm referencing about bad, because that's the good I explained, but the bad is really just bullying, harassment. I can go on about it. I really have dealt with one thing this week about, I suppose, inappropriate contact. I suppose inappropriate. How would I put it? Inappropriate allegations. I suppose, and pictures were sent and this, that, and the other. Like I don't know how people years ago could get a girlfriend and a boyfriend if there was no phones and they couldn't send screenshots of their privates and their personal areas. I don't get the point and I don't see the point, because we managed years ago getting girlfriends and interacting with girls and all that. I don't see the point. And I know one or two instances in America, which I reference, which I always think about when I think about technology and how bad it could be for our young people. I always think about this young girl in America who sent nudes to her boyfriend, thinking that, oh yeah, he won't send, he loves me. And what does he do? He shows it to one of his friends. And what does he not know? He turns away, they grab his phone to screenshot it to their phone. And then the song continues on and continues on. And one day she had enough and she cut her wrist. I don't think people know when they send it that they could cause irreparable damage. As Emma Devlin, as I quote, it can cause irreparable damage like an atomic bomb. They can't be fixed because no matter where you go, if you're in a college or if you're in a workplace, and if this one person sees that photo, you're always going to be slagged about it. Now I'm saying, really, to be honest, technology is good and is bad. And I also feel afraid that we don't know who's on the other side of the computer. We don't know who's looking at us. We don't know what's happening. Like, the world is such a big open place, and we should always keep an open mind on photos. I'm not saying that posting photos to Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat is bad, but I'm just saying we should always know who we know on our social media accounts, because technology itself is good. But it's when you get to these dark websites and dark places on the internet which you think to yourself, is this technology good? Because technology means a lot of things, but we all assume it to Instagram, social media platforms and all that. But technology is like machinery too, the different revolutions. Like, I also feel afraid that someday that the machines would take over mankind, because we are not willing to do work. We're not willing to do hard labour, and we're making machines do our work and making machines think like humans, which in my opinion takes, and I quote really somebody saying this, I can't remember who said it, but if we let machines think like man and think like women, they should think of destroying us. I can't remember who said that quote, but I try and remember it for the description. But that quote alone can say a million things. That in 1 second, 1 hour, the human race could be eliminated by robots, because they could think like us, and that's the scariest part. If we let them, or if we teach them too many tricks, and because they all have software, and software can improve itself, I suppose you could say. But anyway, thank you for watching. I wanted to just explain that to everybody. Subscribe for more, and bye.